Good morning, students. In this session, I am going to discuss about the previous questions of basic electrical engineering, which is from JNTU, Hyderabad. Okay, so the first question is state Ohm's law and give an example. So to state Ohm's law, we need to know the statement. So what is the statement of Ohm's law? Ohm's law states that the current flowing through any conductor is directly proportional to the voltage applied across its terminals, right? So now what is conductor? Conductor is a two terminal wire. Okay, so it is a wire. So it has two terminals A and B. Okay, so as this is a conductor, due to its property, there is some opposition caused to the flow of current, which is represented by resistor. Okay, like this. So A and B. So whenever a voltage is applied across its terminals, this conductor terminals, a voltage is applied, then a current starts flowing through this conductor from positive plate to negative plate. So it is represented by letter I. So according to Ohm's law, the current flowing through the conductor is directly proportional to the voltage applied across its terminal. So to remove this proportionality, we are going to mention it with a element known as resistor R, which is equal to V. So here I is current flowing through the conductor. Its units are amperes. R is the resistance, which is the opposition caused to the flow of conductor, and the units are ohms. And V is the voltage applied across its terminal. It can also be known as potential energy or electromotive force, that is the force given for the electrons for the movement. So it is nothing but voltage, electromotive force. So the units are volts. So this is the statement, and this is the formula you are going to get through Ohm's law to calculate the values of current, voltage and resistor. So give an example. So let us take an example of let the voltage source be 20 volts and the resistance is somewhere around 10 ohms. So the current flowing through the conductor, by using that formula V equal to IR, we can find it out as I equal to V by R. So it is nothing but 20 divided by 10. So it is 2 amperes of current is flowing when a voltage of 20 volts is applied across a 10 ohm resistor. Okay, so this is how you are going to define the Ohm's law and give an example. So moving on to the next question. So before solving this, we need to know few uh, values. Okay, so few laws and uh, rules. So let us start. So if there are two resistors, the same as two terminal element A and B with resistor R. So as there are two resistors, let us name it as 1 and 2. Okay, so this is your R1. So the terminals are A1 and B1. This is R2. So the terminals are A2 and B2. So series connection. Series connection of resistor. So series means these two resistors are connected in such a way that they are connected at a one common terminal. One common terminal. So this is your R1 and this is your R2. This is the common terminal connected between the two resistors. Okay, so for this, if we applied voltage, for this if we apply voltage V, so here we are going to get a rule or law known as Kirchhoff voltage law. So according to Kirchhoff voltage law, it is mentioned that the algebraic sum of voltage drop in any closed loop is equal to 0. The algebraic sum of voltage drop in any closed loop should be equal to 0. Or you can also say it as the source voltage is nothing but the algebraic sum of the voltage drop across the circuit. So as when we apply this voltage, a current starts flowing. Okay, so a current is flowing through this resistor R1, so it will be developing an voltage VR1, that is voltage drop across R1. The same current I is flowing across R2, it will develop a voltage drop VR2. Okay, so according to Kirchhoff's law, the algebraic sum of voltage drop across any loop is equals to 0. That means, or you can also take it as the source voltage is nothing but the algebraic sum of the voltage drop across each element. Okay, so we know that R. To find out V, we can also define it as V equal to IR. Right. So here R is not only simply R, it is a combination of R1 and R2. So let us define that R as R equivalent. Okay. So I into R equivalent. As the same current is flowing, I am taking I in all the places instead of I1 and I2. Okay. So I into R1 plus I into R2. So as this I is common, what is R equivalent? R equivalent equal to R1 plus R2. So the formula for series resistors is R1 plus R2. If there are n resistors, then it will be R equivalent equal to R1 plus R2 plus R3 and so on up to Rn. Okay, so here we need to remember it that for series circuit we are going to apply KVL. So it is KVL, then we will be coming across with the voltage divider rule. Voltage divider rule. So what is this voltage divider rule? That means, as we have seen here, the voltage source voltage is going to be divided into two parts as there are two resistors. So this division can be found out by using this voltage divider rule. So what is the value of voltage that is developed here? What is the value of voltage that is dropped here? Okay, so to find out VR1, we have a formula that is total voltage into same branch resistance divided by total resistance. Divided by total resistance. So if you observe here, R1 plus R2 is nothing but R equivalent. Right, R1 plus R2 is equals to R equivalent. So we can also write it as V into R1 divided by R equivalent. Now what is V by R equivalent? From this formula you can see it is I, right, the current flowing through the circuit. So VR1 is nothing but I into R1. So this is how we have got this formula over here. So if you know the voltage across total voltage and resistors value, then you can find out the value of voltage drop in any resistor. Similarly, what is VR2? VR2 is nothing but total voltage into same branch resistance divided by total resistance. Right. So it will be equal to I into R2. Suppose if this is 20 volts, okay, and this is 5 ohms and this is 6 ohms, then let us find out what is VR1 and VR2. So VR1 is equals to, what is that, total voltage 20 into R1, it is 5 divided by 5 plus 6, so it will be 20 into 5 by 11. Okay, so it is 100 by 11. Okay, so you'll be getting some value. Similarly, VR2 is equals to 20 into 6 by 5 plus 6. Okay, so it will be 120 divided by 11. So you'll be getting some value. If you add these two voltages, then you are going to get it as total source voltage. Okay, so that is nothing but your KVL application. Okay, for series circuit we are going to use KVL application, and here voltage divider rule is going to be followed. So next, parallel. Parallel. Okay, so for parallel circuit, if we take same resistors, okay, same resistors, A1, B1, R1, this is R2, A2, B2, right? So parallel, what is parallel? That means if the resistors are between same common points, if the resistors are between same common points, then it is known as parallel circuit. Okay, if the resistors are between same common points, then it is known as parallel circuit. Okay, so this is your R1, this is your R2, this is your V. So whenever we are going to apply a voltage, current starts flowing from positive terminal to negative terminal. Okay, so if you see here, there is a junction, right? Interconnection of two or more points is known as junction. So this junction, so it will create two paths, that is either to go through R1 or to go through R2. So depending on the value of R1 and R2, the current starts dividing. Okay, so let this current be I1 and this current be I2. Again at this ending junction, the same current I is the combination of I1 plus I2. That means from positive terminal to negative terminal, same value of current will be flowing, and that will be divided in parallel branches depending on the value of resistor. Okay, so now to find out the value of I1, what we have to do? We have to just write the equation. We know that V equal to IR. You need to blindly remember this formula. Okay, V equal to IR. So V equal to IR, we know. We have to find I. So what we have to do? Voltage divided by resistor. Okay, so voltage divided by resistor. So now voltage, the total current I is nothing but voltage divided by R equivalent, because there are two resistors. If there is only one resistor, you can take it as R. If there is a combination of two or more, then you will need to take it as R equivalent. Okay, so I equal to V by R equivalent. Similarly, what is I1? I1 is V by R1. What is I2? It is V by R2. So why I am writing V by R2 is, if you observe here, this is a common point, right? So if you split this circuit, you will be finding it as the voltage is connected across R1 as like this, and again the same voltage is connected across R2 like this. This is your R2, this is your V. Okay, so this is what I1 is flowing, and this is what I2 is flowing from the voltage. Okay, so that's the reason I am taking this value. So if you see here, it is V by R1 and V by R2. So what I have told, according to Kirchhoff's current law. So in parallel circuit, we are going to use Kirchhoff's current law. It states that the algebraic sum of the current entering the node is equal to algebraic sum of currents leaving the node. That means, what is the current entering the node? It is I. What is the current leaving the node? It is also I, which is the combination of I1 and I2. Now you write this equation. So V by R equivalent equal to V by R1 plus V by R2. Right. So as a voltages are common, then what is that? 1 by R equivalent equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2. Now if I want R equivalent, then what I need to take? Reciprocal of total value. Reciprocal of total value. Okay, so this is the formula of equivalent resistance in parallel circuit. This is the formula for equivalent resistance in parallel circuit. So you have to know how to use this formula V equal to IR. Okay, so for parallel circuit, we are going to use Kirchhoff's current law. So as we are using Kirchhoff's current law, here we will be coming across current divider rule. Okay, current divider rule. So what is this current divider rule? Current divider rule gives us the current in each parallel branch. Okay, current in each parallel branch. So how we are going to find out that value? So I have said I1. I1 is nothing but total current into opposite branch resistance by sum of total resistance. Okay, I total current into R2, that is opposite branch resistance, divided by summation of total resistance. Similarly, what is I2? I2 equal to total current into opposite branch resistance. As I am finding the current of second branch, so the opposite branch resistance is first branch resistance, divided by R1 plus R2. Okay, so if you add this, you will be getting the total current, that is nothing but I, okay, which can also be found out by using the formula V by R equivalent. So here you are going to find out the R equivalent value. So voltage divided by R equivalent will give you the same current which can be obtained by this formula. Okay, so in series circuit we are going to use KVL and voltage divider rule, as the current will be same throughout the circuit in series, so voltage will be divided. Here the voltage is same in the circuit, so current will be divided, and here we are going to use current divider rule in parallel circuit. Okay, so the formula for resistance in parallel is 1 by R equivalent equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2. If there are n number of resistors, it will be 1 by R equivalent equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3 and so on. Okay, so to find out R equivalent, again you need to take the reciprocal of the value what you have obtained here. Okay, so 1 by uh, 1 by 1 by R equivalent. Okay, 1 by R equivalent, you will be getting the R equivalent value, right? So on this note we are going to solve the problems, okay, so which are for series and parallel circuit. So this is the problem of 2019 BW exam. So for the circuit as shown in figure 1, calculate the currents in various branches and all the resistance are in ohms. So the values are in ohms. Okay, so for every element, you need to measure the units. That will give you the idea what you are going to calculate. Okay, so he is asking us to find the current. So current means it is nothing but, we know this formula, right? From this, what is current? Current I equal to V by R, right? So the units are amperes. Right, so he is asking us to find out total current. So if you observe here, the element 4, the resistor 4 and 7 are in parallel because they are connected to the common terminals, right? They are connected to the common terminal, so 4 and 7 are in parallel. So what is the formula for parallel? It is nothing but R equivalent equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2. So can you find out this value? It is nothing but 1 by R equivalent equal to 1 by R equivalent equal to 1 by 4 plus 1 by 7. Okay, so it is nothing but 7 plus 4 divided by 7 into 4. So it is nothing but 11 by 28, right? So this is 1 by R equivalent value. What is R equivalent then? R equivalent equal to reciprocal of that, that is 28 by 11. Okay, so this value is in series with 3 ohm. How it is series? Because here this only one terminal is common between 3 ohms and the parallel combination, so it is series. So it is nothing but, so the total resistance equal to 28 by 11 plus 3, because this is your R1 and this is your R2. So in series, what is in series? R equivalent equal to R1 plus R2. Okay, so when you solve this, you will be getting a single resistor whose value is, after solving this, whose value is 28 by 11. Okay, now this resistor and this resistor are in series, so you have to use R1 plus R2. So the value of total resistance is 5.45 ohms. Okay, 5.45 ohms. Next, what is current? Current I is equals to V by R total. Okay, what is V? 25 divided by 5.45. So what is the value? It is 4.587 amperes. Now we have known the current flowing through the source, coming out through the source, that is I, it is 4.587. Okay, now we have to find out the current at 4 and at 7. So we have to use current divider rule. So current divider rule, right? So current divider rule, we know that to find out I1, we have to use total current into, what is that? Opposite branch resistance here is 7 divided by total resistance, 7 plus 4, that is 4.587 into 7 divided by 11. It is nothing but 2.91 amperes. Similarly, what is I2? It is total current into opposite branch resistance is 4 divided by 7 plus 4. So it is equal to 4.587 into 4 divided by 11. It is nothing but 1.66 amperes. So now total current I is nothing but I1 plus I2. So it is 2.91 plus 1.66. So which is equal to again 4.587 amperes. Okay, so this is how you are going to solve and find out the currents in each branch using current divider rule and the series and parallel resistance. Okay, so next going to the uh, next problem, so which is the problem in 2017. Okay, it is a problem given in 2017 for 5 marks. What is that? Find the equivalent resistance across the terminals AB as shown in figure. So if you see here, the AB terminals are here. So from this point, if we see how the resistance are connected and what is the value of this equivalent resistance, we need to find out. So always to solve the network, you need to come up at the end. Okay, from back side of the network, we have to solve it. Okay, so if you see here, 6 and 12, 6 and 12 are connected in parallel because they are across same common terminals. Okay, so 6 and 12 are in parallel. That parallel combination is in series with 2 kilo ohms because only one terminal is connected. Okay, so that series combination is again in parallel with 12 kilo ohm, and that combination is in parallel with 4 kilo ohm. So first of all, let us write down how it is connected, okay, from the back side of the network. So 6, let us take this kilo as common, so I'm directly writing 6 is in parallel with 12, okay, and that is in series with 2, and this is in parallel with 12, and that is again in parallel with 4. Right, so now what is 6 in parallel with 12? It is nothing but 6 into 12 by 6 plus 12. Okay, if there are two resistance, I am writing it here, if there are two resistance in parallel, like you can use this formula, that is nothing but, so if you solve it, what it will come? R2 plus R1 by R1 R2, which is nothing but 1 by R equivalent. Now I want R equivalent, that means reciprocal of this, that is nothing but R1 into R2 by R1 plus R2. Okay, so this is how I have solved it. 6 into 12 by 6 plus 12 plus 2. Okay, this is 4. 4 plus 2 is 6. Again, 6 in parallel with 12, again this is in parallel with 4, right? So this is 4, this value is 4, and this is 2, so this is total 6. So 6 into again 12 by 6 plus 12. Okay, this is in parallel with 4, so it is nothing but again 4. So 4 in parallel with 4, it is nothing but 4 into 4 by 4 plus 4, so it is nothing but 2, as we have taken kilo as common over here. For everything I have taken kilo, right? So it will be, okay, so it will be kilo, so it will be kilo ohms. Okay, so the resistance across AB terminal is 2 kilo ohms. So this is how you are going to solve the equivalent value of resistance from the back side. That is, first you need to check how they are connected, whether they are connected in series or in parallel. Okay, after that you need to solve in backward manner. So 6 in parallel with 12, you have solved it, so that value is 4. Again 4 is in series with 2, so you have solved it, that is 6. So again 6 is in parallel with 12, you have solved it, it is 4. So again 4 is in parallel with 4, so it is nothing but 2. Here you have to remember that if there are same values which are connected in parallel, then it will become half. If the same value is connected in series, then it will become double. Okay, so that logic you need to remember here, and you need to solve the problem. Okay.